Him here, he has a victory round Misano from earlier this season in the European Talent Cup. He is certainly one to watch as well. Here is your grid then. Peroni starts from pole. Carpe and Uriarte, our series leaders, got to keep eyes on them second and third. And then you have Quiles fourth, ahead of Pini and Moodley, Salmela, Morelli and Christian Daniel Jr. with another cracking top 10 qualification. Great stuff from him. VEDA Ega, he was very fast in practice. He starts for 10th ahead of Hakim Danish. Leonardo Zanni, the first of the next wave of Italians. Carter Thompson's on row 5 ahead of Pugliese and Boggio. Ramersdorfer, Farkas and Plonk are row 6. Then you've got Puertosan, Famara, Belford, Pavlic, Mounsey, Sessler, Mononyane and Pons there on the back row of the grid. A full grid for us to round out Rookies Cup this year. One race today, another tomorrow morning. Peter, it's all to play for, isn't it?
It is very much so, and you know, looking at the third row of the grid there, in 7th and 8th place, Rico Salmela and Marco Morelli both feel they're out of position. They both say exactly the same thing. They just couldn't pick up the right slipstream, and the slipstream is so vital here for a really fast lap time. So they, having qualified 7th and 8th, really think that they've got the pace, they've got the setup, they're both happy with the motorcycles, and they are going to be racing right at the front, they feel.
There is Alvaro Carpe just ahead of Christian Daniel Jr. I mean, Peter, these sorts of scenarios are fascinating to me because you've got riders where the pressure is the biggest it's ever been in their career so far, and you've got others who are just riding free. They've got nothing left to prove. OK, Rouchet Moodley really wants that victory, but the pressure's off. You know, he doesn't need to win the Cup or anything like that. He just got to put together 3 years' worth of experience. I think he could be a real threat today. Likewise with Rico Salmela, who is still in the fight, by the way, for that top 3, but I think he's trying to put that to the back of his mind.
Well, yes, certainly. I mean, Rouchet, as he can run at the front, we've seen him run at the front, you know, all the way through his 2nd and 3rd years. And, you know, he had a 4th in that first race in Aragon. He had a 4th earlier in Mugello this year. So he can run at the front. It just hasn't quite come together when he needed it to. And maybe it will this weekend. He's
definitely one of the boys, isn't he? Like one of the top riders in this series. There is no doubt about that. So you can't count them out. I mean, frankly, looking at that top 10, even 11 riders. Hakim Danish got his first win last time out in Aragon. I wouldn't count out any of them for being up for a podium or victory here today, or at least picking up some pieces that may befall them.
And another thing that Brian Uriarte said, he said, you know, it's going to be a group, but I think it'll be a small group at the front, and that's interesting because I can't see, looking down the qualifying, just who's going to manage to break away from any of them. You know, it looks like to me it'll be another one of those 10-12 rider battles at the front. We'll see.
It could well be. Well, tensions are mounting, aren't they? The red flag's up at the start of the grid. Here we go, Peter. The penultimate race of 2024.
15 laps then of Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup action, and then